That was an appropriate response, you know? You guys showed like some love that I'm happy, you know? And I've realized now that I have the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with, and I have a family that I've started, I've realized I have no tolerance for lonely people anymore. Like I don't, like their behavior and shit is just not, I don't tolerate it. I'll give you an example. I went into a club that's run by a female, and I hadn't been in this club for a while because I've been out on the road, and I walk in, and I'm walking on sunshine. I'm happy, life is good, and she's just like, hey, Mr. Riley, how's life been treating you? And I go, I'm good. I was like, the baby's good, my wife is good, I'm feeling really blessed right now. And she goes, ugh, good luck with that. And the hate just came out of my face. I was like, well, fuck you, you lonely bitch! And my buddy knows that I'm not a very aggressive guy. He almost blew beer out of his nose. He was like, what the fuck was that? I was like, I don't think I like her. I don't think I like her very much. I just don't have a whole lot of tolerance for stuff right now. This is what I'm realizing that really bugs me about being a new dad. It's made me accept things that no man wants to accept. I'm sensitive, you know? No man wants to admit that he's sensitive, you know? Especially when right now the cool shit is, I don't give a fuck. I give all the fucks.
I'm trying to figure out like how I come across to you guys, you know? Like I figure out like the vibe that I give off is like a black Christian rapper. Amen. My friend Christina said I'd make a really good my first black boyfriend. Which is kind of true, you know? Because I'm like an easy transition. Like a gateway drug to a thug. One of my friends called me an Oreo cookie, you know, which I thought was like a compliment, you know, because I'm a sweet guy and I love threesomes. But what he meant was that I'm a white guy trapped inside a black guy's body, which is an insult, right? Yeah, to the white guy inside of there. Because I would at least like to have the perks of being a white guy trapped inside a black guy's body, you know, like being able to go sailing, you know? Or getting frosted tips. And having a fair trial. One of my friends, he said I was the black guy in the phrase, some of my best friends are black guy. You guys ever heard of that? Yeah. My white friend Chad always wants me to do something black because apparently my skin isn't proof. So I did what a black guy is supposed to do in this situation. I robbed him and fucked his sister, and I was like, is that black enough for you, Chad? Like, that never works the other way around. I can never, like, brag about how many white people I know, right? I can never be like, yeah, trust me, I know tons of white people. I once went to a Dave Matthews concert. But I think I figured out, like, how to become, like, a little more urban, and that's to get a pit bull. Because, like, every hardcore black dude needs to own a pit bull. But I've always been afraid of them and pit bulls. I've always been afraid of pit bulls. Like, pit bulls have a bad reputation because of all the maulings and stuff like that, right? But learn something's very important. I think you guys agree with me on this, that it's not the dog, right? It's how they're raised, okay? Yeah. And then I remember what my mom told me. She said, dogs are exactly like kids, right? Like, they'll turn out much better if they're raised in a safe environment and a caring home, right? Yeah, by white people. You guys ever seen a white person's pit bull? It's named Frank. And Frank dressed up as a lobster for Halloween.
What do you do, Brett?
I vote for Trump.
Wow, what a fucking, look at you just taking your dick out right in the middle of the show. Just through your pants, just didn't even take the zipper down, just grabbed it through the back and was like, voted for Trump! Fucking dick through my back of my pants. Wow. Good for you, man. And how's that working out for you? Do you wake up every day being like, what a great fucking call? God, that was, dude, Brett, fucking, you're fucking making a lot of strong choices these days, dude. You got that new Colgate whitening enamel toothpaste. I'm sorry, you don't talk like that. But I feel like you have a lot of friends that do. You did vote for Trump. What do you mean, hey, whatever? You're the one who goes, I said, what do you do? And you go, I voted for Trump. You're the fucking guy that made the conversation weird, man. You could have been like, you know what, I'm in between jobs. I used to play the clarinet, would have been a respectable answer. Some weird fact from the 90s, you know. I used to be a big Blink-182 fan, would love to see them in concert someday, but no, you were just like, I voted for Trump, and that's fucking all the questions I'm taking. Trump is crazy. He's running out of things to say, though. He's running out of crazy. He's promising so much stuff that he's not gonna follow through on. Everything I do, I'm doing it for you. I'm like, fuck, hey, dude, that's the theme song from Robin Hood. That's Bryan Adams that you're plagiarizing right now. Everything I do it for you. That would be great, though. That would up his likability factor. If he just started inserting 90s lyrics into all his speeches, you know, if you want to be my lover, you gotta get with my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like that's...
I'm done with certain things. I'm done watching horror movies, too. Anybody still watch horror movies? Only the old school ones, not this new Paranormal Activity shit. I'm tired of it. You pay $15 to scare yourself. That's all you do. You just sit in the theater the whole time just... That curtain! I think that curtain moved. Did that curtain move? I think it moved. That's it for 25 minutes until the ghost is like, fuck this chair. Like, that's all that happens. The entire movie, the ghost is like, I hate frames and bed sheets. It's a pissed off interior decorator. It's fucking move. And it's not even horror movies that scare me. It's afterwards that scares me, right? Like walking your car in the parking lot. That's scary, isn't it? You know, you leave the theater like, shit, why did we park so far? And if the further it is, even worse. You know what I do? I get on the phone with somebody. You ever do that? Where you're like, just get on the phone, meet somebody, talk to me, having a normal conversation, all right? We're just gonna talk, I'm gonna start skipping. Nobody can kill you when you start skipping. I'm gonna start skipping. You get in the car and you do a little pat down in the back seat. You ever do that move, the little pat down? But you don't look back there. You don't turn your face, because you know as soon as you do, knife to the head. That's why you don't do it. Because you know there's a midget serial killer back there like, as soon as he looks back here, I'm gonna get him. Everything is scary after horror movies. You go home, you gotta pee, you go to the restroom, and the shower curtain's closed. Right, you're like, not tonight, not gonna pee in here. I'm gonna go pee in the kitchen sink. Who closed the shower curtain? Even if it's just halfway closed, it freaks you out. Because you know the killer did that on purpose and he's standing there holding his breath like, stabby, stabby, get closer. You gotta jump for hallway lights. And if there's no double light switch, that light's staying on. I'm sorry. Horror movie night, gotta sleep like this, hands right next to your body, tucked in like a burrito. Every other night, who gives a shit? Hands stretched out. Who cares? Horror movie night, nope, like this. And then right before you go to bed, you always hear like, oh. Grab your cell phone and try to light the room with the worst possible light ever. You know what my biggest fear is? Is that one day I'm gonna be like, nothing, eyes. Oh my God! Oh God, it knows I saw it. And it knows I have no signal.
I love it in your 30s when you eat a lot, right? You gain weight. You gain weight, and it's because you ate a lot. In your 40s, when you gain weight, you're like, must be a thyroid problem. You know what? And it's hard to diet. It's hard. I tried the Master Cleanse. No. Master Cleanse. There's like limited ingredients. It's like water, cayenne pepper, maple syrup, lemon, salt. I don't know about any of you. But have any of you ever pissed out your asshole because I thought I was dying? I love it. The gay guys were like, I thought it was okay. I loved it. It was wonderful. You try and diet, then Girl Scout season comes along. And those bitches are everywhere. They pop up like ninjas in front of your grocery store, like. And you know what? You can't avoid them. You know what I mean? You don't want to be a dick, so what do? You buy a box of the Thin Mints. You take those Thin Mints because you can control the Thin Mints. Go home, you go to your freezer, you put in the box of Thin Mints. Because you can control that. Then later, you go to your freezer, and you pull it out, and they're all frozen together like one big fucking Fint. And that counts as one cookie, and you're like, oh. And the diet's over.
Sure, a lot of people are from out of town. Anyone here from Texas? And you're proud? I went to Texas, and I drove across the state because I had 2 months with nothing to do. Nebraska? That sounds a hell of a lot, Nebraska. Nebraska's boring, but smaller. But Texas, they can attest to this. If you drive across Texas, you can fall asleep, wake up 3 hours later, your car's fine, you're fine, nothing's changed. I was driving across, I wanted out of Texas so bad. I'm doing 90 miles an hour. Like, a couple miles ahead, I see one bird standing on the side of the road. As I get closer, it takes a step towards the center of the road. I'm like, don't do it. Just as I get there, it jumps in front of my car. I look in the rear view, feathers are just flying. I'm like, oh, God, I felt terrible. Then I realized that bird wanted out of Texas as much as I did. It must have been thinking I have been flying for 3 fucking days. Nothing's changed. I see a car, I'm taking my shot. I mean, I've been all over this country. Anyone from Georgia? You? You found that hole in the fence and got out. The dumbest people I've ever met in my life are from Georgia. I'm just saying, nothing personal. I'm sure you're lovely. But, exactly. Weirdest damn thing in Georgia. I got pulled over by something I'd never seen before, a dwarf highway patrolman. Walked up to my car, looked like a pair of boots with sunglasses. Comes up, he's like, let me see your license and registration. Yeah. Looks at my license. He's like, California, huh? You know where you are now, boy? Like, yeah, Oz. You must be one of the lollipop men. Another person, no sense of humor. You never want to get strip searched by a dwarf. They have stubby fingers. All right, that one was just me.
The biggest thing that I've learned now that I'm a dad is that I will go to any extent to get people to leave me the fuck alone. I will do anything. I will do anything. I was in a comedy competition in Compton. I was the only white guy in the neighborhood, right? I wasn't scared, wasn't worried about shit. I know that's rare. But these guys decided to try and intimidate me before the competition. I think they were being playful, but between us, if you're 6'8" and big as fuck, you're not allowed to be playful. okay? Like, that's just not fair to us normal-sized people. You know what I mean? But this dude came up and he was like, know where you are, motherfucker? And he had his buddy right next to him. And, like, I just had to think quick. So I did what I always do. When somebody tries to show intimidation or aggression, I just acted like I was slow. Because no one can be mean to a slow person and feel good about themselves. You know what I mean? So the dude comes up, he's like, know where you are, motherfucker? And I was like, yes, Newport Beach is nice. You can smell the ocean from here. And the key is to go dead behind the eyes and swallow for no reason and rub shit on your pants. That's what you have to do. You just have to, I know, right? And the dude's friend just grabbed him real quick. He was like, hey, dog, this motherfucker's slow, dog. For real, man. And they left me alone. So, and people don't think that shit works. That shit works, okay? The only thing stronger than a fucking ass whooping is embarrassment, okay? If you can embarrass somebody, you will diffuse that ass whooping, okay? Because I was in Texas, and rednecks scare the shit out of me. And this dude came up to me after the show, he goes, you think you're pretty funny, don't you, motherfucker? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Wouldn't be so funny if I knocked your fucking teeth out. And I immediately was like, well, don't do that. Because if you was to punch me, I'd probably fall down and I'd crush all the jelly beans in my pocket. And I wouldn't be able to share them with you. Didn't think about that, did you, huh? And the dude just got uncomfortable. He was like, whatever, you slow motherfucker. Like,